Okay, so I've sewn the 15 inches long on the neckline straight. Now I'm going to be folding it the other way. I'm going to top stitch on it so that I will have the bishop neckline. Okay, to do this, I'm going to be concealing this place first, the edges. Okay, so now I am going to sew this from this side as well. So this is it. This is the bishop neckline. I'm just going to top stitch here. Okay, so the neckline is ready and I'm going to fix it when we're done. So now I'm going to start joining the sides and let's prepare the sleeves as well. So this other side, the Ankara side. So here the sleeve is ready, as you can see. So this is it. The sleeve is ready. So next I'm going to start joining the lower bodies to the upper bodies. Okay, so because of the contouring we did on the upper bodies, because of this contouring we did to give this place this curve it has, the dart line is not no longer at 4 inches. See, so when I measure this I get 6.2 inches. So from the dart line to this, from this dart line to the other dart line, I get 6.2. And that means if I sew it with the way I have sewn this our dart on the lower bodies, it will not align, because this lower bodies is at 8 inches. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to be moving the dart. I've marked the new dart line. I'm going to be losing this dart I placed on the front lower bodies. I'm going to move it to the part where it's supposed to be, so that it will align with the upper bodies. This is the new dart line. I'm going to be trying. Now I'm going to align the two of them to be sure they are together. And yes, they are. Okay, so I'm going to just pin them together before I sew. Them, and here's the dart lines. They are aligned. And so okay, so I've joined the lower bodies to the upper bodies. Now I want to show us the how I'm going to be attaching the yoke. So I've already prepared the yoke for the back and the front. I've joined them together and sewn the bishop collar on it. Okay, so now this is the front yoke. So this is the front yoke, and it's supposed to come here like so. Okay, so now to attach this, I'm going to be placing it like this the front yoke, place the middle to middle, arrange this on this side, and then place the lining piece on it and sew. So I'm going to be sewing this like so all the way to the end. This one the same thing to the end, like that. Okay, now I will do this part and then I will do the same thing for the back piece. Now for the back pieces, in the case of the back pieces, here the back piece is supposed to come like this. It's supposed to come here. So this is supposed to come here this way, slanted this way. So this is how I'm going to be attaching it. And I'll do the same thing, this for the one side, and there will be an opening here. So I'm going to be using the lining piece to cover this side. Okay, so I'm going to be using it. So I'm going to place this like this here, and I'm going to top stitch it. I'm going to sew it with the lining piece. Okay, so I'm going to go take it to the machine and do that. I have to bring it to the table so where we can see it at a broader view, so I can explain it before we start sewing it. Okay, this is one of the sleeve and this is it. So the sleeves are ready, and by the time we are done attaching this, it is time to, we will now attach the sleeve to the bodice. So the sleeve is ready. I'm sure you can see the effect of what we did with the Ankara over here. It's showing. So when I sew the yoke to the bodice, then I'm going to be attaching the sleeve as well. Like this sleeve, you can already see how this dress is going to look. It's already showing on the sleeve. It's coming out good. I am going to be attaching the yoke to the back piece first, so that I can attach the zip to it comfortably, so I won't have to be moving around both the front and the back together while attaching the zip. Okay, so I'm going to do the back piece first. And so I'm placing this exactly where the sleeve is going to be joined from that side, and then I'm going to be placing one of the back pieces on it, one of the lining pieces on it. So this and this together, like so. I'm going to be sewing with 1/4 inch. Okay, so here this one is attached, and you can see how it looks from the back like this. So now I'm going to go ahead and top stitch it because I want it to be laying perfectly flat. I'm going to be top stitching on the lining piece. So it's attached, and I've top stitched it, as you can see, everything coming out looking clean. And so now I am going to attach the other part, the second piece of the back. I'm going to attach it for us to have this. this is it. And now, so this is the back piece. We're fully attached it. So now I'm going to be joining them together, and I will have to find where the zip, how far the zip can go. So this is the zip we're going to be using. I'm going to be placing the zip here to measure how far it can go all the way to the hip area, so that when the person is wearing it, it will be very easy for the person to go into the dress. Okay, so this is where the hip area is, and I'm going to be stopping here. And so I'm going to also mark out where I want the slit to start. The slit for the dress, I'm going to be marking it here. So you can make the slit at least stop a couple of inches above the knee, maybe 2 inches above the knee, so that there will be ease for walking freely. And then for the down part, I did say I am going to be sewing the lining piece and the main fabric at this point. So I am going to be, now this is how it's supposed to be. I'm going to turn it this way, sew the hem, sew the hem with a straight line. So when I turn it inside out, it would look neat. Okay, so turn it inside so, and this place is going to come out looking neat. So by the time you iron it, you have this. This is the effect. I'm going to do the same thing for this other back piece. So this is how we intend to conceal the hem. This is going to come out really clean, and the back is going to just look smooth. So now I am going to be sewing with 1 inch sewing allowance. I'm going to be joining the 1 inch zip allowance at the back, the part where the zip is not going to get to. So now that I've attached this, sewn this together, I'm going to be sewing the zip. Okay, so this is what I do when I want to join, when I am sewing the zip on a dress that has a joining. So exactly at this joining where you join at the joining of the lower bodice and the upper bodice, I'm just going to pin there to indicate where the zip passes those joining, and then I'm going to open up the zip. So when I transfer it to this place, I'm going to be placing it exactly on that joining too. That way when you sew it, the joining will align. Okay. So look at this back, they align. Now I'm going to turn this from this side and try to complete it. The zip is attached. So I'm now going to attach the front yoke to the bodice. We're pinning this together, the middle together, and I'm going to start sewing from the middle and work my way to this side, and then when I get to the end here, I will turn it and reverse it and go to the other side. Okay, so this is it. I've attached the front yoke as well, as you can see, and it came out good, looking clean. So now I'm going to go ahead and top stitch it the way I did for the back piece as well. In these curved areas, I'm going to be making some notches. Okay, so this place is sewn. I'm going to take it to the table and show us before we start attaching the sleeve.